announcement of the day.
And members of parliament may have to wait longer before they can change the date for electing the president, governors, MPs and MCAs.
Lawyers and legal experts say that the change may be premature and expensive, as it would require a referendum to pass.
They were responding to a draft bill sponsored by Kiminini MP Chris Wamalwa that is set for debate before the National Assembly. NTV Silas Apollo with more.
A proposal by Kiminini MP Chris Wamalwa has sparked fresh debate on the conduct of the country's elections. His proposals, he says, is to correct some of the inconveniences caused by the current August date. He says that the current voting day has had ramifications on the national examinations, the budget reading process and the country's tourism sector. But though the suggestion may be well intended, the House leadership now argues that the implementation would require more than just a change in the constitution.
All these are interconnected. You know, the election of a member of parliament, the election of a president, the election of an MCA, of a governor. So you can't just change the date, because if you alter, then the question that will come is that you're extending the term of the president. An extension of the term of the president must have the concurrence of the people of Kenya.
Duale's argument is based on the premise that a change in the election date for the president, unlike other seats, would require a referendum, a position supported by legal experts. Nzamba Kitonga, a senior counsel and a former chairman of the committee of experts that drafted the constitution, said a similar proposal had been made by the committee but was deemed too expensive after the National Treasury advised against it. His sentiments were supported by lawyer Peter Wanyama, who says that unlike other electoral seats, a change in the date of elections of a president would require a referendum. He argues that, as should be in all cases, the proposals would also require proper and exhaustive engagements with members of the public, as well as support from a majority of members of the House. Article 255 of the Constitution states that any changes to the term limits of the President will be subjected to a referendum. And should the proposed amendments pass through to the referendum stage, it will require the approval of at least 20% of registered voters in at least half of the counties, and a simple majority of citizens voting in the referendum.
National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2017.
This is not the first time that such a proposal is being fronted. A similar proposal had been made by MPs in the 11th Parliament but failed to sail through to the final stages. Wamalwa proposes that the elections be moved from the current month of August to the month of December. These proposals come in the backdrop of an agitation for a change in the presidential system, which critics say has made the seat selective. And with the ongoing debate, focus now will be on the House Business Committee, which Aden Duale says has been tasked with the responsibility of advising the House on the way forward. Silas Apollo, NTV.